And this guy contacted me, and I said to him, no, can do. He was very upset. Many non-whites want to join us, but because of this legal protection, we're an identifiable ethnic group, a homogeneous DNA group, the most true to type reproducing DNA in the whole world is the Afrikaner people of South Africa. A very famous incident happened last year in which this was demonstrated by two scientists. Both of them said the same thing. There is no DNA in the whole world of any group, including pygmies. In other words, these very isolated small DNA samples that breeds as true to type as the Afrikaner DNA. So that's it. And then as far as help is concerned, thank you, Don. Anybody who's interested, we have an excellent website called suidlanders.org. S-U-I-D Landers, L-A-N-D-E-R-S.org. In the bottom right-hand corner, there is a PayPal link. We would be grateful for any and all donations, no matter how small. $10 equals about 130 Rand in South Africa. So for $10, we can buy a cheap sleeping bag for a refugee. But again, I would just like to end with one brief thing. If anybody would like to come and look for themselves, please feel free to make contact. Please, you will find email addresses on our website. You can write into that and say, hey, I heard this guy Simon speaking wherever. I want to come and have a look for myself. Is it true that you'll give us a place to stay, whatever? We are helping people to do this all the time. There's an elderly man from the south who is in South Africa now. He's the first. There are 3 guys from Texas going in 2 weeks' time. There's a guy from Seattle who will be there in about 4 weeks' time-ish. We've just hosted, we've just hosted some German people. In fact, I've just got a note about it on my phone. Very successful for a couple of days. Please come and take a look for yourselves if you're interested. It is part of our efforts to spread our word, because it's one thing for me to tell you that we're all dying in South Africa, life is so unfair, the poor whites. It's another thing for you to see for yourself the blood stains from a 3-year-old girl's vaginal walls. You understand? Excuse my strong language, but I think it makes the point. Yes, sir.
Can you buy guns and ammo?
We can't, as we used to be able to do. Now what you can have is one revolver, one pistol, a revolver or a pistol, a shotgun and a rifle, non-automatic. For each of those, you have to get a license. For each license, you have to do 2 examinations. One practical and one written. And your application must be accompanied by a testimonial from somebody reputable in your community, either the gun shop owner or your priest or whatever.
How about a black? That's the law for the whites. How about a black?
Well, it's very well known that there are more than 2 million weapons missing, lost by the African National Congress.
Yeah.
Just by that ruling party. In fact, sorry, there's a story I forgot to mention to you. I think it was oh dear me, it would be 5 Mondays ago now. The head of the African National Congress's armed wing. This is a political party, ruling party. They still have an armed wing. No? Not the army, it's the armed wing of their party. The head of the armed wing said on a Monday morning on national television, it is time now for blacks to go to training camps to learn to fight whites in a civil war. I should have mentioned it earlier.
That's why I asked it.
Yeah.
Simon,
Yes.
what happened to the nuclear bombs?
Oh, we had 8 of them. We gave 7 to a man called Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary. They took them to Kentucky and dismantled them there. We claimed to have lost the 8th one, but somebody ended up finding it. Literally, that is what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the black population version? It's like 4.6 million for white.
We're about 4.7 million. Nobody's certain because our census is always a disaster. They can't count. We're about 4.7 million.
They can't count in America.
The Indian population is around about 4 million, and the colored population is around about 4 or 5 million. So those are whites, coloreds, the mixed race people who refuse to mix with the blacks. The mixed race people in South Africa will have nothing to do with the blacks. In fact, they still to this day, some of you may appreciate this, twice a year at the Coon Carnival, they sing a song, Here Comes the Alabama, to celebrate the Alabama, the Confederate ship that docked in Cape Town during the war, just as an up yours to the government. So those are, and then the rest are blacks. So it's about 42 million blacks, and then the whites, coloureds, and Indians make up the balance.
So whites are about 20% maybe?
No, we are whites. I can do a better job of it, you know, if I stop.
Yeah.
Whites are 8.5%.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I've seen the pictures.
Yes.
Of carnage.
Yes.
And I've read what people are saying.
Yes.
Is it possible to get those people here?
Sir, you are the 500th person in the USA to ask me that. We are not interested in asylum and refugee initiatives because we happen to be the hardcore that wants to stand and fight and die. You know, there are other organizations who are devoted to that. In fact, there's a South African woman in America who works day and night on that. But we're not interested. We understand, you know, but it's not for me. Yeah, and for goodness sake, our country was built with Christian blood, sweat, and tears. We're not going to leave and capitulate to barbarianism. Come to the USA and our children deal with the same thing. Anyway, I've been going on for too long.